Was that Spurs game?
That was Saturday, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they won,
Mm-hmm.
but people were talking about him, I guess, because some dude bumped him with the elbow. It's hard to see when those kinds of things, in the middle of the action, it's difficult to tell whether or not those things are intentional. It certainly didn't look intentional to me. But, it's a high-pressure situation. Zach Collins from the Spurs. Donovan Mitchell get into it because Mitchell gets an elbow to the face. And they'll both have fines. Both of them ejected. Both will have fines. Donovan Mitchell thought it was a dirty hit in his face. But the final was 117-99. So the Cavaliers did win there. So Cavs-Kings tonight on MMS. And then they'll head to D.C. midweek to play the Wizards. I was reading about, you went to the Monsters game. Was it Friday or Saturday you were at the Monsters game?
Friday night, yeah.
Boy, you talk about a schizophrenic couple of games. They played the Chicago Wolves, and on Friday they lose 5-0. But on Saturday they win 9-0.
Well, I guess I wasn't the good luck charm.
They rolled over the Wolves 9-0. But each game, one team doesn't score at all.
Mm-hmm.
And you won some money.
On Friday, they did the parachutes that have the lotto tickets on them, and they drop them down around the arena, and it's the first time I ever got one.
Yeah.
They do it at Cavs games. They do it at Monsters games. I've been trying to get them for years. Finally got one. Took my parachute over, cashed it in for a lotto ticket, and I won $4.
Is there any indication as to what the maximum might be, or they're just random scratchers?
500.
Scratchers? Oh, 500's the max.
Yeah.
And 4, I have to think, is the minimum.
I think the minimum is 0.
Oh, I see.
You can win 2.
Yeah. I guess some of them you get nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Good day, sir.
Yep.
You got $4.
I got 4. I got to cash it in. I keep forgetting to cash it in.
All right.
I'm not a regular with those, so I forget about it.
Well, also impressive is that your Cleveland Monsters have the highest AHL attendance in the league. It's the American Hockey League.
Oh, lots of people go to those games.
Yeah, they do, boy.
And boy, do they like to show not. Let me rephrase this. Boy, are they real generous with what Black history is in hockey.
Oh, yeah, they have a real broad definition. Well, because there's
they keep showing these guys like, here's this player that was black, and I'm like, looking at everybody, we're like, this guy doesn't look one little bit of black.
That guy gets a lot of footage up there on the Jumbotron because they only have you can count them all on one hand.
And they kept showing the 3 black families on the Jumbotron, too. They're like, gotta show them love.
Well, listen, I mean, hey, there's a hell of a lot more black hockey players than there used to be.
Absolutely.
Literally, there were like 2 or 3 of them back in the day. And now there's a lot, comparatively.
Absolutely.
But in the American Hockey League, your Cleveland Monsters, the fans show up. Highest attendance average in the American Hockey League. And, you got to give them props because there'll be nights when I'm leaving work downtown here, and you'd think there was a friggin' Browns game based on how many people are walking over to the Romo Fijo, and it always takes me a few seconds to realize what's going on until I start to see, like, kids with their parents, and the kid has a Monsters jersey on. I'm like, oh, it's a hockey game tonight. And I like hockey. And so
hockey's so fun.
Hockey's the best. So I'm glad that the Monsters do so well. I'm glad that those fans show up. I'm glad we give away tickets. I'm glad they do all kinds of fun stuff.
I do miss when they were the Lake Erie Monsters. I understand they wanted to do the Cleveland branding, but when they were called the Lake Erie Monsters, I thought that was a cooler name.
Why is that?
It's just kind of different, and
we're not the only city on Lake Erie,
right? But it is, implied, and it's, I don't know. I just liked it.
Okay,
it was just a little different,
right? Yeah, I mean, because they're the AHL team for the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have an NHL team. But hockey fans don't screw around. Hockey fans are hockey fans. That's a specific group of people. Those might be people, there's lots of crossover, sure. But you're also going to have hockey fans, they don't give a fat frog's ass about the Cavaliers or the Browns. They're hockey fans. And so it's nice to see that the Monsters get recognized for having the high. Now, I don't know what the highest average attendance is for a Monsters game. But those 2 games over the weekend against the Wolves, because I'm peeking in to see what the Wolves are doing. And each one of those games, the other team didn't score at all. 5 and 9 unanswered goals. On any given day, thousands of hockey fans fill the seats in the Romo Fijo. The Monsters average about 10,156 people per game. That's great.
That's impressive.
Yeah. It's not new, obviously, for the Monsters, but that's a hell of a showing in the AHL. And they're usually at the top of the division. So, and people have fun there. They're always doing something cool. So those Monsters games are, and at different points over the past decade and a half, we've all hosted at Monsters games, like the game stuff. And that's fun, too.
The intermissions.
You got to go out there, hope you don't slip.
Yeah, that's the thing that you think about.
You just walk gingerly. I mean, you walk gingerly under normal circumstances, Cody. So I think it'd be perfect for you.
My anxiety got to me. That's all that was.
Yeah.
Like, I was too busy thinking about not slipping and didn't think about turning the mic on. I was like, oh, I got to get out there. Like, they put the little cleats things on your shoes. And then I'm like, okay, I never walked on this before. Let me make sure. And then I get out there, and they're like, Cody Poundcake Brown. I'm like, nothing.
Yeah. What do you mean nothing?
There was nothing come out of my mic because it wasn't on.
Oh, I thought you meant nothing from the crowd. Crowd loved you.
No, they did. And
yeah.
No, they loved me, and they were really interested in what I had to say for like 15 seconds when I wasn't saying anything.
Mm-hmm. They're like, well, I gave him 15 seconds, but clearly there's nothing happening here, so
I have nightmares from that.
I've got to move on. There's the Monsters game. It's live audio of when Poundcake was out there on the ice.
It's one of my top 5 most embarrassing moments.
Yeah, that sounds like a poorly attended game, which is not necessarily representative of the Monsters at all. So you still have nightmares over that because the mic wasn't on?
Yep. It's top 5.
Yeah, but you didn't like slip and fall on your ass. Like that would be something that would freak me out. No. The mic not being on, I mean, that's a really common
it just looked
audio issue.
I looked like such an amateur, which I was, but I was focused on like not being an amateur. I thought being an amateur was slipping on the ice, but actually if I would have slipped on the ice, I could have played it off and be like, ha, 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 big dumb idiot, I fell on the ice. But me not having my mic on, that's like
big dumb idiot.
Big dumb idiot. You can't you balance Poundcake? No, I've been in this my first time on ice. Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
But no, not having my mic on.
I remember because I used to do that for the Pittsburgh Penguins when I lived in. I did that for a long time with the Penguins, and I went out one time, and I had done dozens of games, and I went out one time and slipped. Just took the wrong, and the interns that were working with me, these guys were so goddamn sharp. Well, it was one guy, one girl. They're out there with me, and I just kind of looked over my shoulder, and they saw I wasn't getting up, and they put a hand on either one of my shoulders. They knew exactly what I wanted. They pushed me towards one of the goals.
That's great.
And I was like, this is perfect. So you take a negative, turn it into a positive. There are all kinds of people that love watching me fall down. And, Alan, because those lottery tickets are given away, they don't follow normal rules. All those tickets dropped are winners.
Oh.
How do they know they're all winners? They scan them? They know they're winners?
I guess.
But how can you have a bunch of tickets that are all winners? When you have to buy, I don't know how it works. We have to buy a bunch and then
I'm sure
weed out the ones that are winners.
The lottery people give them all winners or something. I
don't know how that works. Yeah. Akron's softball team has the highest attendance in their league. What? The University of Akron? What are you talking about? Akron's softball team. Yeah, okay. Hey, our after-hours line, people call all weekend long. When we're gone for a couple days, a lot of times it's drunk people. That's fine. Other times they just call for random things that cross the transom of their mind. You can use it for anything, 216-986-8903.
AC, this is Mark from Green. As a fervid show addict, even to the finest minutiae, I am struggling to decipher the line in your show open in between, I can't even stand your voice, and it's going to be a great show. Perhaps I'm losing my hearing. It's an unimportant yet unsolved mystery for me. Can you help a customer in failing hearing, Shani? Thank you. Bye.
In the show intro, between I don't know, between great show and
That's such wallpaper of
course
sound
it
to me
is,
where I
yes.
don't even remember what's on there.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7
it's a hold on.
It's gonna be a great show.
Oh, so right there. Oh, I lost it.
Alan Cox Show.
I don't know what it's about you, but I can't even stand your voice.
I think you're the biggest asshole alive.
It's gonna be a great show.
Oh, that is a woman telling me that I'm the biggest a-hole alive. It's kind of it's edited.
Yeah.
I'm the biggest a-hole. Yeah.
A
I don't
lot.
know what it's about you, but I can't even stand your voice.
I think you're the biggest asshole alive.
It's gonna be a
Yeah, that's what she said.
I think you're the biggest a-hole alive.
Hey,
is what
thank
she
you.
says, Yeah.
Mark, there you go.
Can you be an a-hole respectfully, please?
Only if you're homeless. Only if you're out there and being homeless. But obviously, no one believes that Poundcake would be a respectful homeless person.
Well,
Alan Poundcake would curse out the first person who didn't give him $1. Stephen Canton says that you could call yourself Skid Ho.
gay homeless people, like that's another level. Because they still want to get down and dirty, but
Well,
they're
how is that
always
different than
dirty.
straight homeless people?
I don't know. There's more smells involved, I guess.
There's more smells.
That's what I'm
involved.
assuming.
Yeah, but they're all. But you figure as far as people who haven't bathed in a while, all those smells all mixed together. You're never going to be able to suss one out over the other ones. Al, if I'm ever unhoused, I pledge to Amber Heard all over the place that Poundcake lives. So they're already coming knives out for you.
I don't care. Go ahead.
He doesn't even want to. Poundcake doesn't even want to yes and these people.
So I can Karen you people and just call the police. There's someone pooping on my lawn. Fine.
Yes.
If you want to make a Karen
on
out
your,
of me,
on
make
your
a Karen out of me.
downtown lawn. I'll tell you, and I may have told the story before, but it's the greatest homeless thing I've ever seen in my life because they didn't give a fudge. I was on a bus. This was like the summer of the OJ trial, and I was dating this girl who lived around the corner from where I was working, and I was on the bus headed back downtown. I had a couple of stand-up spots that night, and so I'm on the bus, and I'm looking out the window. We're at a red light, and across the street was a park, and there was a homeless guy and a homeless girl. They both look like they've been homeless a long time. They're probably in their mid-60s, maybe. And they were just sitting there next to each other, fully disheveled, everything that you would imagine them to look like, with each of them with an arm down the other one's pants, like to the elbow. And they're just working it. Just sitting side by side, working it, one hand in the other one's pants, and having it, middle of the day, mind you, or late afternoon, having a great time. And I was like, boy, those two found their soulmate. I don't know if it rises to the level of soulmate, but I mean, they found something in each other.
Love finds a way.
Maybe. Never saw them again. Homeless people usually stick to a particular neighborhood. Never saw them again. But for that one fleeting moment, you want to talk about being homeless respectfully. For that one fleeting moment, I was like, man, it brought a tear to my eye. But that could be Poundcake. He could, all these...
You put your mind to it.
All these comments he's made over the years about finding love, it may come to him when he least expects it, i.e. when he's homeless.
Maybe. maybe
he's
maybe that's the secret ingredient, because me finding love any other way, just, I'm over it.
All right, well,
I don't trust nobody.
you don't trust anybody.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Well, that doesn't seem to be keeping people from finding love.
I think they fake it.
You think they fake it?
Yeah, I mean, you can say you're in love, but do you really know?
Yeah, well, there's some people doing that.
They just want the Instagram pictures, and they don't want to be alone on Valentine's Day. But I'm not 100% convinced that they're in love.
You think they're lying to everyone?
Yeah, because people love appearances. Love them.
I mean, some people do. Not everybody. Some people don't care at all.
People don't want to be like, especially women. Like after they get to a certain age, they're like, oh, it looks bad to be alone. Like I'm alone at 34, 35. Something must be wrong with me. So
well, it's like women who would rather date a guy who's been divorced than a guy who's never been married, because they go, well, at least he did it with someone,
and he knows that she knows that he's capable of committing. Is that it?
I assume.
I don't know if that does anything.
I assume they just
He committed and then uncommitted.
The mindset is, well, he's not some psycho who's never been married and he's 40 or 45 or whatever. And it probably goes the other way too.
I don't
There's
know.
probably guys are like, she's never been married. You know, if that's important to people. Some people, I mean, times are different. Some people, they couldn't care less about that stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Society has changed so much. I don't know what's more of a red flag. Someone who has never been married or someone who has been divorced. Like back then, I'd be like, oh, if he's divorced, then that's a red flag. But now it's not, because I see a lot of marriages.
But I guess I play the odds. What is more common, that somebody has been divorced or that somebody's never been married?
I don't know
that it's inherently a red flag that someone's been divorced.
So I would say even maybe like, 10, 20 years ago, if I was a woman and I was looking for a proper suitor, I don't know if I think I would probably go for a single man more so than a divorced man. But in
a lot of situations, it's because the divorced guy might have kids. You're more likely, and some people just don't want to be step parents. So you go, well, the single guy's never been married, but he also doesn't have like any other baggage. Divorced people, they have baggage. They have emotional baggage, financial baggage. They might, there's a lot that goes into that.
That's right. Guys that have never been married have no emotional baggage.
No, I'm just saying that there is.
No, it's more on the surface for sure.
Well, there's different kinds, I guess, but they don't have children. That's a major thing you don't have to concern yourself with if you're single and no kids, because once you have kids, you are never ever not worried about them. So there isn't.
That's how you feel.
Well, of course,
there's plenty of guys that have kids and are never worried.
Well,
about
okay.
them.
People who are trying to be good parents.
Right.
Divorce aside, I guess I'm thinking of,
but also people that have kids out of wedlock. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Everybody's got something.
Yeah, okay. Well, good luck, Poundcake. On the subject of Bill winning $4 at the Monsters game, I was reading about 30 middle school teachers in Kentucky matched 5 numbers in the Powerball. 30 middle school teachers went in, and they won $1 million. Can you imagine if Cody was one of these teachers? He'd be like, how can I kill the other 29 teachers and not draw attention to myself?
Oh my gosh, we've won. You're right. What did we win? She goes, Reynolds, I think we won $1 million. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
We work extra jobs to pay our bills. We work, we just look for it at anywhere that we can get it. And it's amazing just to have a little bit of relief for a second, some breathing room.
And so it wasn't the monetary as much as it was the symbol behind us being family and us doing this together.
So wait.
Mildred, could you come in here, please?
$1 million divided by 29?
They have been playing together for 14 years. They hit $1 million lottery ticket. They will each, after taxes, get about $24,000.
Oh no, they dying.
I mean, that's $24,000 they didn't have before. That's not too bad.
In their drink.
What?
Nothing.
Cyanide. This is what I'm saying.
Nah,
It would call way too much attention if 29 the teachers died. He would go after a couple of them.
$24,000. I can't even get no big stupid veneers with that. I can't get no big stupid horse teeth with that.
You already have good teeth.
It's not the teeth.
Why do you want big stupid veneers? By the way?
Because it's a sign of wealth. Getting big stupid.
In what century?
Why do you want to show off your wealth?
Because
isn't it just good to have $24,000 and feel like, okay, I got this nest egg. I can, invest it wisely.
Buying jewelry is gaudy. Buying cars is flashy.
Don't you know?
You don't even wear jewelry now.
Don't you know the real power is in that quiet money? Real power is the kind you never see.
Buy one $24,000 chain. I'll snatch it off your neck.
That's what I'm saying. You
They'll
can't
hang you
snatch
with
out
it.
my teeth. You can't snatch out my teeth.
Oh,
Tell that to people walking around with hammers.
Mhm.
I want some big, stupid Joe Biden horse teeth. That's what I want when I get my.
To show everybody you're so
Lottery.
rich.
That'll show them, yeah.
Yes. You know, he got that quiet money and loud money. He's siphoning it from other countries. That's wealth.
Who is?
Biden.
Oh, please. The guy's worth like $700,000.
He's got to pay for those big, stupid horse teeth somehow.
He got him 30 years ago. He's already paid for the hair plugs and the teeth 3 decades
I don't
ago.
know about the hair plugs, but the teeth still look.
Those hair plugs are 40 years old.
His teeth are like 70 years younger than he is.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's what Poundcake wants. To kill the other teachers to get his grill all squared away.
Yeah, and it's not because anything wrong with my teeth. It's just I want to. If I can get it better, why wouldn't you? Like I don't even want to be able to close my mouth. They're just like, Cody, where? Yeah, hi. I just want.
He wants those Chris Rock veneers.
I want people to be angry when they look at me, like you just stupid, big stupid teeth. Like
Wow.
What do you mean?
Like Gary, you want to be like the Black Gary Busey.
Yeah, whoever that is.
This son of a bitch. Okay. I got a break. You want to send me a text? 35192. Want to get on Bill Squire's Polar Blast team? What's the name of your team?
ISIS.
ISIS. Want to join ISIS? We're going back to Boston Mills Brandywine on the 23rd of this